and wishing that listen and question that's under mission. So sure with nerve embedded, I said it was damn you heard, man, you heard. Coming from the town of Illy and now it's full of Phillies and rallies, such as Castilian sound and found in alleys around you, really. So here we go, now and you hear me though, come and tell me. Slow, never mixing with tricking brothers, bitching over fixes that ain't fitting to be hitting for nothing, speaking things, spitting and getting written on. You're like a bad planner, boy, you missing me, yo. Boy, you even started so much so long, see you fly by my drive. How could I say it when you play a track? Boom, bye. Here we go, now and you hear me though, come and tell me. Here we go, now and you hear me though, come and tell me. Poetical with skills only a better, no better, no ways to weather flow is on point like vegetables, manhandling noodles, partying with the zoo crew, looking for the thinking poo-poo. I thought you knew two stuff, styles, stamina, jamming, and while we're planning the jam, we bust the bus with a party amateur damages, managing damages, Mike Smith, and even mannequins. You're a fan again, now I wanna know who's the man again. Naughty's back like vertebrae, word to hey I hope, the way I show you pray I flow. Steady breaking to the boogie, so bedtime to slang bang and watch all the crew tag. Here we go, now and you hear me though. Here we go, now and you hear me though. And can you break the body up or beat the break into boogie? Firm and fully chase bass lines like boogies. All we wanna know is if your body wanna party, it's the crew tag for everybody. So let's get up, your weight up, suit up, put your dukes up, no guts set up, but sit up, flip up, watch them strip up, chick shows until they fizz up, like you're with us, and not zip up your lip up, rip up, hits with bands, some foul styles get damn ones, we came back cause we heard it, love needed another anthem, black like Noah, in fact that for ya, and we was back in the days with the juices, we'd have been known as the blues, driven these since the 70s, find me, so we went crazy in the 80s, so we would kiss handies in the 90s, oops and naughties, troops in sections of 40, so clap your hands and hold your shorty, I'm naughty. Here we go, now, here we go, here we go, now, here we go, here we go, now, here we go, now, here we go. Give it up for Naughty by Nature! So that's how it feels now. The dealers that we want, so we still around. I'm laying with a freestyle panther, make trying to be answered. Tricking what you're thinking, cause I'm panther. I live in top of hip hop, this is hip hop of today. I give props to hip hop, so hip hop go hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hip hop go hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. You heard a lot about a brother getting moved around, being low down. I do the showdown with any little round. No, you believe it. For your funny reasons, even when I'm sleeping, you think I'm cheating. You said I know you miss the OPP man, yo PP man, always see me man. You should've knew when I ain't hitting the step that I was with the beat, not to consider the rap. I did your brother cause she's hot as a baker, cause I'm naughty by nature, not cause I hate you. You put your heart in the part of a part that splits apart and forgot that I forget when you had a spark. You try to act like something really big and expensive, even though my name's graffiti written on your kid. I love like women always, and disrespect ain't the way. Let's start a family today, hip hop. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. hop arenas, city hungry hip hop movies and hip hop the top today. So what you heard, cause I ain't belling no hay, ain't chopping no rock, but still growing every day. It's another sound from the wonder sound from the underground town, down a hill, Phil House, no town, drown, swell the crown, set the crown, clown, beat down, so found on me don't come around. Tippy paws, since I'm creeping up, I eat them up, just have a older than loose doors. Piece to this one and that one, and then that's the way I shout out, and I didn't miss it. Foolish thing that never brought the Louis Stewards. You can have shoes and shoes and cans and doors. So kitties turn out call me Sir too, looking for her crew. Any trick that this gets a curfew. I put on projects, step through the shoes and recruit.
Peace. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? What's going on in the chat? Reed Jones, Renzel, Kurt, salute, fam. Everybody in the chat room. Appreciate y'all spending y'all lunchtime with C Boogie. Yeah, we're gonna chop it up for a second, man. Hope everybody's having a great day. My morning is going swell. We're gonna talk about a few things, man. I got my boy Game Changer. He up in here with me, man. Game Changer been holding it down. Y'all subscribe to Game Changer's channel as well. He got some good shit going on over there. And yeah, so we just want to chop it up about a few things, man. And if y'all know anything about myself, y'all know what I'm into. Hydrate niggas. Hydrate niggas. Get some water up in you. Yo, man, I usually drink a cup of coffee in the morning, right? And I don't mind coffee, you know, but you got to have a balance as well. And I actually just started drinking coffee maybe like a year and a half ago. So I usually drink maybe a half a cup of coffee in the morning. Maybe a whole cup. It's not real strong, but you know, you got to keep a balance, man. Got to keep that water inside you. And okay. So this video really was inspired by a guy that I talked to, man. I'm not gonna say his name, but he emailed me and he wanted to chop it up with me, man. So we talked, and you know, the brother was going through some things, man. Very horrible situation he went through with his lady, with his wife, his current wife. But they still married, but they separated. And basically, man, I had to explain to this cat how women choose men. And, you know, basically, he was chosen for beta bucks. And I had to break it down to him. You know, he was telling me everything he did for his wife. He also was telling me, you know, the financial hardships he went through with the bitch, her infidelities, X, Y, and Z. Simple case of beta bucks. And, you know, so I gave him, you know, a little bit of wisdom that I had, you know, about how women choose men. And, you know, he came along at the right time with the right package, and she wanted to be a part of that. You know, women are chameleons, man. You know what I'm saying? Women can keep up a fucking facade, you know, if they want to get something out of you, if they want to extract some resources up out of you. You understand? So, you know, usually when women choose men, you know, it really depends on where they are at in their life, man. So let's say a female got a good job, got a good car, she's doing her thing, making money. Then usually the way she choose her man, she usually want a buck. You know what I mean? She wants somebody to fuck her good. You know what I mean? She wants somebody to hold it down in the bedroom. She want to maintain control, things like that. But usually when a bitch is going through financial hardships, you know what I'm saying? She got crazy student loan debt, um, you know, et cetera, et cetera. You know, she want to get bailed out of a situation. You know, the way she gonna choose her man, you know, it changes. The criteria gonna change when she looking for a beta bucks. You know what I mean? And A lot of guys don't know that they in that situation until they actually in that situation. And look, appreciate it, Sigma Jones. Thanks for the $10 super chat, man. Salute. And a lot of guys don't know that they in that situation until they in that situation, man. And usually it's too late. Usually they already getting, usually they already getting fucked over, man. You know what I'm saying? And these situations, man, they really hard to get out of. Those kind of situations, I usually call that like a young man sport. You go through a divorce, you go through some crazy shit with child support or whatever. See, you can get through that kind of shit in your 20s, in your 30s. Once you get to a certain age, man, it is really hard to bounce back and start from scratch. Now, don't get me wrong, it can be done. People do it all the time, but basically what I'm saying is, once you get to a certain age, let's say you in your 40s, you know what I'm saying? You should be thinking about retirement, your investments, owning property, setting up your legacy. You don't want to be dealing with a bitch. She done took half everything you got or everything you got, and you still got to pay this hoe. Now you got to start from scratch. You don't want to deal with that, man. After a certain age, all you want is peace and tranquility, man. That's what most black men want. You understand? So a lot of niggas, um, like I say, they don't know that they in these situations until they get in it, man. And guys gotta understand when you're dealing with a bitch, when you're dealing with a female, man, you know, always assess where she is at in her life, man. Don't listen to what she gotta say. Granted, you're gonna hear what she gotta say, but don't listen to what she gotta say. Look at her life. Look at it. You know, always tell people the evidence speaks for itself when you're talking about somebody's life, man. If a person is full of shit, if they a liar, if they just a bad individual, man, the evidence of their life is show. If they a responsible motherfucker, if they a stand-up individual, if they got integrity, the evidence is show. Always look at a female's life, and ask yourself, why does she want me in her life? You know, is this something beneficial for both of us, or is it just beneficial to the bitch? And after a certain age, man, a lot of women, they want to put themselves in a position where it's beneficial for them. I mean, that's human nature. But as the man, you gotta assess that and be like, no, 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 ho. This situation is only beneficial for you. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be willing to leave that situation. You know what I'm saying? You have to be. And somebody read something in the chat room. But yeah, so she chooses her men based on what she need. That's her definition of a good man. If she need a father for her kids, you know, she gonna say a good man chooses a female with children. You know, if she needs somebody to help her get out of her financial situation, she's gonna say, I need a good man that's financially responsible. This is how they pick their men based on what they need, not what they have to offer. Guys got to remember this shit, man. Guys have to be on point with this shit. And if guys are getting blinded by the pussy, no, because she gonna throw some pussy on you. She gonna throw some pussy at you, especially in the beginning, because that's the trap. That's our currency, man. You know, and so she gonna throw that pussy at you. A lot of guys get blinded on the pussy, especially if you're not getting it like that, or you don't have the resolve to go without it. So she gonna do some freaky, wild things to you. You know what I mean? Try to bait you in, and once she baits you in, man, it's a wrap. For some guys, man, especially guys that's still seeking for that validation piece. You know, especially for guys that never been validated by a bitch, that never been validated by a woman, man. You got to understand this shit. A lot of women, especially if you're a man and you're not at full strength, you might be going through some things, or you might have went through a divorce and that bitch broke you and you're trying to build yourself up. That is the wrong time to be trying to get into anything serious with a female, because she smell it on you. A female can smell the insecurity. She can smell the lack of self-worth. She can smell it on you, man. That's her job. That's her job to exploit you, to get everything that she need up out you, man. That's female nature, bro. So I be telling a lot of cats, man, look, take some time and focus on yourself, man. Next time you get out here and you're dealing with women, make sure you have full strength so they can't run that number on you. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do, bro. You know, and guys really got to comprehend this shit. You know, and that's why in my videos I always talk about, man, respect first. You seek that respect over everything. You understand? In my last video that I dropped this morning, I was talking about the high ground. You know, y'all give me a second. Y'all give me 1 second. My last video I dropped this morning, I was talking about the high ground. You know, you always want to maintain the high ground, man. You know, you always want to maintain that influence over the bitch. You always want to do that. That's numero uno. Once you lose that, it's a fucking wrap, man. Once you lose your high ground, it is a wrap. And you got to know when you're losing it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to know when she loses respect for you. For whatever reason, she lost that respect. For whatever reason, you got to know when that happens. And that's when you got to learn how to cut bait. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to do that, man. Sometimes that's not an easy thing to do, man, but it has to be done. It's for your survival, man. You understand? So, look, a lot of men hold on longer than women. You know, men are trying to hold on, especially if it's kids involved and this and that. Usually, once a female loses respect for you, she'll hang in there, man, till she can get a better deal. But she can do it on her own. She'll play that role. She'll even hit you off with some pussy every now and then. And you thinking shit is normal. You thinking she just going through what she going through. Like, oh, she's, you know, she got problems. That's just her. No, man. She checked out 2 years ago, nigga. She just waiting for the right package to come by. You know, they call that the monkey bar, where she hold on to you. You know what I'm saying? While she about to try to, get somebody else. That's what women do, man. That's what a lot of these bitches do. A lot of guys don't understand this shit. You know what I'm saying? But this is how she chooses her men. You know, let's say she in her early 20s, just graduated from college, doing her thing. She still got her body right, no kids. Usually, when she choose her man, then it's gonna be based off physical attributes. You know, at that point, she want a buck. You know what I'm saying? At that point, she want the nigga. You know, she find physically handsome, um, sexually arousing. At that point, that's what she wants. She want the nigga with swag, some charisma, because that's what's important to her at that point. But as she grow, get a little bit older, she find out, life ain't what people told her it was going to be. And then things start to change. Guys got to understand this. Then things start to change, man. And then her criteria of men changes, you know, how she look at Negroes. You know what I'm saying? Guys really got to understand this shit, man. But what you got to say about this game changer?
I think in a lot of cases, especially dealing, with this whole black man, black woman dynamic, we're not losing respect. In a lot of cases, a lot of black men didn't have it to begin with. So they don't even know, like, there isn't a point where it was lost. It's just kind of her behavior has been consistent throughout the relationship, and it's been a consistent form of just disrespect and, just kind of like pretending or, giving you that sympathy pussy, from the beginning. They don't even know that she never had respect for him.
Good point. Good point. Yeah, man, that pity pussy is real. That's like you got people that's married, man. You got men that are married that's only fucking their wife like twice a month, 3 times a month. That's pity pussy. That's pity pussy. You know what I'm saying? Or she only doing freaky wild things on your birthday or Valentine's Day. Man, you know how that go. She has checked out. Or she never probably was checked in the first place. You know what I'm saying? That's how that works, man. And women are so good at playing that role. A lot of guys don't understand, man. All women should get an Oscar nomination because they good actors, man. They I've seen some wild things, man. I got a couple stories I'm gonna tell, but they real good actors, man. And you know, especially for guys that are real naive, probably been sheltered, never really seen things, you know. So for myself, I grew up with a lot of women in my family, man. So I seen the fuckery at an early age. I'm like, yo, these bitches scandalous as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like just looking at the women in my family, man, I knew how they was treating one guy, and then I knew how they was treating another guy. I've seen alpha fuck beta bucks at an early age, man. I've seen it. I'm like, damn, this shit is real, man. But that's their nature, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, it is what it is, though. But a lot of guys got to stay out of these situations, man. You know, a lot of guys are happy with pity pussy, man. And I'm like, fuck that shit. They can keep that shit, man, because it's not the same. It's not the same. You know, a lot of niggas don't even know they getting pity pussy, man. And that fucks me up every time. You know what I'm saying? That fucks me up every time, man. You know, you can go to a bitch house, you know what I mean, do some work around her house or, you know, cut her grass, whatever the case may be. She'll hit you off with a little bit of pussy. That's her currency, man. That's her currency. She'll hit you off with that. You know what I'm saying? And for a lot of niggas, that's a good thing. I'm like, fuck that. I don't want that pussy, man. They can keep that. What you think, Game Changer?
Hey, I want to share a clip about pity pussy, and I want because guys don't even see it when it's happening. It happens right in front of your face. So I'm gonna just share this right quick.
Go ahead.
All right, give me 1 second. Okay, you see it? All right.
White woman, probably only one will tolerate your smug ass. Yeah, I was your white woman for 11 years. Couldn't started that damn company without me. Hell, I worked my ass off. I mean, I got a master's degree in business, and there I was his secretary, office manager, and his computer. No, Bernadine, you can't start the catering business this year. Why don't you wait a few years, huh? Yeah, don't start it right now. Wait 1, 2, 3 years. I need you to be the fucking background to my foreground. 732. 732. The number of times we made love. I remember when that bastard told me he would count. Right after 51. I'll show you. I'm me for not leaving your ass there. But the worst, Paul, the fucking worst. Making my kids go to a school with only 2 other black children because you don't want them to be improperly influenced. Well, guess what, John? You're the motherfucking improper influence.
All right, so I'm gonna start really hitting the math bit. Because a lot of brothers don't really do that. I'm really going to start hitting the math bit on my channel. It has to be done. This chick just said 732. And they've been married 11 years. Fellas, in the chat room, do the math. Do the math right quick. Tell me what you think on that. Hold on, let me bring up the let me take the screen share down. Bring up the chat room. All right, so I can't really see the chat room yet, but basically, if y'all did the math, basically, that's 2 years worth of pussy stretched over 7 years. And she's confused by this shit. She's wondering why he left. Why he left her for a white woman who probably in a year fucked her more than 700 and what was it, like 60 times? Dude's been getting pity pussy.
Hold on. So she actually counted.
No, he counted. But he probably was counting like, bitch, we only fucked 700 times. We've been together years. They've been married 11 years. It's 365 days in a year, which means in 2 years is what, 730?
Mm-hmm.
So, and she only fucked him 760 times in 11 years. Let's keep in mind that they didn't marry like the first day they met. So, they were together years before that. So it's really more than 11 years. That's pity pussy.
Damn.
See, brothers, on my channel, I'm really going to hit the math bit hard because like stuff like this kind of jump out to me, stuff like this.
A game changer. She either put out or get out. That's what I'm at.
And dude, her husband, I don't know how many people seen the movie, but her husband was like, look, this is your get out moment. Not only, have you been giving me minimal pussy, I have been keeping track. I have been counting this shit. I've been counting, how much pussy you have been giving me. I've been telling you how much I've been giving you the count. You have the numbers. You office manager, you super college educated and shit. Figure the shit out. You're not giving up enough pussy. So, she didn't take the warning and he got himself a teethy white bitch.
Teethy. Yeah, man. That's the motto, man. She either put out or get out. I mean, especially when you fuck. Y'all give me a second. I ain't been hydrating, niggas. Especially when you're married, though, man. Especially when you're married. Anytime I dealt with a female, I let it be clear. Yo, if you ain't putting out, expect me to fuck another hoe. At some point. Don't even argue with me over that. It's bound to happen. So do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much where I'm at with that, bro. If she ain't fucking, yo, man, I got to bounce. But yo, a lot of guys are getting pity pussy, man, and that's what women are good at, man. Women, yo, man, some women could be married for 20 years, never loved her husband, like really loved her husband, and they can play that role. Let me give you an example, because I know everybody's seen this movie. Pardon me. Yo, remember the movie The Notebook? Come on TV all the time, right?
Who's that with?
The Notebook with what's that? Ron Gosling.
I probably remember if you talk about it a little bit more.
Yeah, but people in the chat room probably remember. So in that movie, what happened was this. There was a scene in that movie where the mother was taking her daughter, and she was driving around, and she ended up somewhere, but they were sitting in the car. She was with her daughter, and she was showing her daughter like her alpha. She was like, this man back in the day was everything. Like, you can wash clothes on his abs back in the day, but the man that she married had the money, the wealth, and the resources. So she pretty much made it work with him, but she always had her alpha. The alpha was the guy that was out there working. He was doing manual labor. And that's how women think a lot of times, man. Like a lot of people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? A female, like if you're a beta nigga, if you're a beta male nigga, she got an alpha in the cut that she thinks about all the time. She could be fucking you, think about the alpha nigga. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, well, like in the movie, that was a white lady. So you know how white bitches do. White bitches, they smart about what they choose. But at the same time, the point is this. You know what I'm saying? She got with the one guy for resources, money. You know what I'm saying? Been married a long time. Everybody thought it was like a happy marriage, but the whole time she wasn't happy. She had that alpha waiting in the cut. You know what I'm saying? And she never forgot about that dude. And this is what a lot of guys need to really take in, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what's going on, Max Swore you lifting? But yeah, man, that was an ill scene that can really teach brothers a lot, man. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Go ahead.
No, I'm just thinking another movie was I Think I Love My Wife. You know how Chris Rock had his wife before Kerry Washington came in and they wasn't fucking. It's
Mm-hmm.
he would say stuff like it's not your birthday or my face hurts and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean it'd be like that. It's like that for a lot of American men.
Yeah, but like the point I'm trying to get across is how good of actors these women are, man. They can be in a 30-year marriage, have children and everything, and never love that guy, man. You know what I'm saying? They with him for the safety and the shelter. A lot of guys don't know that, man. A lot of guys don't know that they beta bucks. And the whole time they've been married, she probably been giving that nigga pity pussy. She wasn't putting her all into that. Come on, man. She thinking about the other nigga. I mean, she think about her alpha. He already had that pussy. You know what
True.
I'm saying? I got a couple chicks, man. I got at least 2 females that told me in my lifetime, that if they ever got married, they would never stop fucking me. That's the reality. Not that I would do it, but I'm just speaking reality. And they volunteered this information. You know what I'm saying? They was like, look, I don't give a fuck who I'm with. You always got access to my body.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's bugged out, man. Even if they got married, man, one of the bitches actually got engaged. I don't know what happened, but this is how women think, man. You know what I mean? Women, I'm telling you, man, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a
Agreed.
fuck.
Agreed. I mean, they really just see marriage as a disrespectful thing, because notice how they weren't really pushing you for marriage. They never really pushed a guy that they do respect for marriage, because marriage to them, marriage is a cuck thing. Marriage is a contract that a cuck would sign. Not a buck. Bucks don't sign that contract. I mean, for a woman, marriage is something. Just you being on one knee means that she's seeing you as a cuck right there. Automatically.
Well, here's the thing. Like, here's the thing, though, man. About that. Um, about the marriage piece. I don't, I have my views on marriage. I think it's necessary, for communities, raise children and everything. Done responsibly, it can be a good thing. But in this current environment, I would probably be against it, because the men have no authority. And in that case, I'm against it. But marriage is vital to a society. But at the same time, guys got to just understand how women think. It's just like this, man. You could be a guy that did everything right in life, man. Like, you could just be a downright good brother, but all along, this female has already submitted to another man in her life, and that's going to be her alpha. Usually, a female's first baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, that's her alpha, because she wanted his baby. She wanted his seed. She wanted to carry around that seed.
Mhm.
And it's a crazy dynamic. And a lot of women know that, you know, for like these sexual alpha niggas, like you're right, game changer, they won't go to them for marriage because they know those guys ain't really with it. They ain't fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to do a good job at it. They want a more responsible brother to raise their kids, but at the same time,
Right.
they still want access to that nigga dick. So they still gonna fuck that nigga. There's no way
Well,
around. They gonna fuck that nigga.
I mean, think about what these women are saying to you when she says, I don't care who I marry and blah, blah, blah. She's basically saying that she's not going to marry an alpha. She's not going to marry a buck. She knows that about herself. She's not going to marry, another C Boogie or a more alpha C Boogie. That's not her. That's not her goal. When she thinks of marriage, she pictures it with a provider, with somebody that she doesn't truly. She imagines when she thinks about her 5-year plan or her ideal marriage is with a dude that she plans on having no respect for.
Mm. Yeah, let me do this real quick. Give a couple shout outs in the chat room. Red Pill Lifesaver, salute. Max Swolia, salute. Um, Glory Lane, Tony Smith, salute. Yeah, man. Let's try to get the likes up a little bit, fellas. Appreciate it. So yeah, man. But that is the female nature um at its worst. And that's the part that a lot of people can't handle. And once a lot of guys discover female nature, i.e., taking the red pill, this is when the rage come in, man, because they have found out that this female, she has submitted herself to a man a long time ago. For whatever reason, he didn't want to fuck with the bitch. So the bitch had a backup plan. Women always got a backup plan. And I'm gonna be honest, man, nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. That's why I tell guys, don't spend your time thinking about things that don't matter if you're dealing with a hoe. I mean, excuse me, if you're dealing with a female, man. Um, because you can't control her. You have no real authority in this environment, in this Western culture, man. So she says it's her body. She gonna do what she want with it. And women are triggered in the moment more than men. Once a female gets hot and bothered, all logic go out the window. Really, it's the same for men too, but men, we do a little bit better than women. If a female pussy get wet, she get hot and bothered, and that right man come at the right time with the right mouthpiece, it's pretty much a wrap, man. Especially women that work around a lot of men and shit. It's some wild things happening, man. I'll just put it like that. I heard crazy stories and I seen crazy shit. And I'm like, damn. And these females will go right home to their boyfriends, right home to their husbands, and kiss them right in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? It's wild out here, man. It's a dirty game. It's a dirty game. Shout out to Black Uhuru for the $5 super chat. He says, I don't care what is on a woman's mind. I don't care what she does, and I will use a PI on her ass. If she begging another dude, I will find out. Facts. So, but yeah, man, nobody's safe, man. And this is why men, I said it, man. Anytime you're dealing with a female, assess the reason why she's in your life. You got to do an inventory on that. You got to understand, she could be in your life for all the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say if it's not a natural lust, you know what I'm saying? If she don't respect you, if she don't admire you, if she don't look up to you, then it's probably just not gonna work. She there for all the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? And I learned this over time, man. But I learned this over time, man. You know what I mean? A lot of women, once they place a man in a certain category, you ain't getting out that category, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna go from beta bucks to alpha fucks. I'm saying, I mean, you probably can go from alpha fucks to beta bucks if you fucking up, but you ain't going from beta bucks to alpha fucks. That ain't finna happen. She ain't. No, it's just that simple. She already placed you in a category. And like I say, here's the thing: a lot of guys not comprehending. She will throw you some pussy. She'll throw you some pussy. She'll suck your dick with no problem, cause she's trying to extract something out of you. That's her currency, man. Go ahead, game changer.
No, you good, man. You good. I'm eating right now.
Okay. So yeah. So you know that's just all I'm saying. And look, I'm not trying to scare people. What I'm saying is go into every situation responsible. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? If you know a bitch don't have a genuine interest in you, and look, I brought this up the other day, and some people got tight because I brought it up. But this is true. Yo, man, if you a man and let's say you a man, let's say you like a 3 from 1 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Hold on, man. Hydrate, niggas. Give me 1 second, game change.
All right.
let's say in a sexual marketplace, you like a 2 or 3. And let's say you came into some paper. You either got a promotion at your job, you started your own business, you hit the lottery, whatever the case may be. But before you got that money, you was only bagging up 4s or 5s. And you was doing your thing, you was happy, whatever. But now you got your paper up. Now all of a sudden you Scottie Pippen. Now all of a sudden the supermodels is coming out, the Instagram, the big booty holes. Yo, man, you really gotta have some self-awareness and know these bitches ain't there for the right reasons. Because they wasn't even looking at you before. They walked right past you. It's not a lust there, you know what I mean? But she can act like it. She can put on the front. Now, if you okay with that situation, then whatever. But a lot of guys don't know. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys don't know these females are fucking actors, man. And once they get everything they can get up out you, it's nothing for them to move on. It's nothing for them to switch on you. That's why I say, man, you know, it's a lot of people dating outside of their range of Black America. And this is why you have so many problems in the making scene. So one of the reasons, you know, because Game Changer like to talk about this a lot. One of the reasons in Black America why we got a lot of handsome guys dating females that would probably be beneath them is because it's so lopsided on the other side. You got so many beautiful women in line for this small group of men, especially when they're young. So a lot of guys is locked out of that. That they either waiting for the jawline nigga, the athlete nigga, whoever they fucking. You know what I'm saying? Big time drug dealer, whatever. So a lot of beautiful women is clogging up the pipe and keeping guys locked out. So on the other end of that, it is going to be lopsided. You are going to see a lot of handsome Black men with a lot of Black women that are not on their level looks wise, man. You know, dating in Black America is so fucked up right now, man.
Right.
So, you know, unless you're a brother that's doing some real traveling and you say, fuck it, I wash my hands, or you're willing to date outside your race, expand your dating pool, it's going to be hard for you. Because, no, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Game Changer.
No, yours truly. No, I'm highlighting. That's what I do. I date abroad.
Yeah. So,
date out the country.
yeah. So, you know, that's just what we're working with a lot of times in Black America, man. You know, we have a lopsided dating scene. You know what I'm saying? It's real fucked up because you know what, Game Changer? Even the women that would be considered either a 3 or 4 in the sexual marketplace, she still thinks she can get an 8 or 9, and that's clogging up the pipe. That's fucking everything up. Now, look, everybody entitled to their preferences, but people wonder why dating in Black America is so fucked up, man. You know, and I don't think it can ever be recovered. You know what I mean? Because what society is doing with the media and everything, it's really lying to these women, man. It's telling these women that all of them deserve a jawline nigga. And a lot of these women are indoctrinated with that shit since they were young, man. And they don't snap out of that shit until they hit the wall. This is when they have some kind of clarity in their life. Like, oh shit. Or a lot of them get that clarity once they have a baby, i.e. Sierra and Russell Wilson. She could have chose Russell Wilson before she got the future, but she didn't. A lot of times with Black females, once they had that first baby, man, they somehow snapped to some fucking logic. So the nerve of these motherfuckers. So gotta understand the way this thing is, man. And if you really examine this thing the right way, you will see where it's fucked up at. A lot of people dating outside of their range. You know, and it is what it is, man. Go ahead, Game Changer.
So about the beta bucks thing, I mean, you know, we all really don't, because we can't really find a different word for it. We kind of use this alpha beta thing, but and the word beta really has like a negative connotation to it.
Well, you can say select and non-select. It doesn't matter.
That's even more negative, you know, like non-select. That's like, I mean, the thing people got to realize is that betas fuck too. So the whole term alpha fucks, beta bucks, really the beta is fucking too. And I think a lot, and I'm not saying, you know, you should just willingly take that position. What I'm saying is a lot of guys, particularly white guys and wealthier white guys, they took the red pill a long time ago. They understand this, and they just like, well, fuck it, you know, I'll play the beta, you fuck me like an alpha, and that's a deal. And
Well,
it trips me out. Well, it trips me out as a black man when I see that because we work a lot harder for our money. But take Don Sterling for example, right? You know, he was fucking this chick. You know, this chick who was physically out of his league, and you know, he said, "Look, I don't care if you fuck these black guys, just don't bring them to the game." You know, here's your money, here's your apartment, here's your Mercedes Benz. You know, fuck me like an alpha. A lot of guys are happy with that arrangement, you know, and if that's the arrangement you find yourself in, then you know that's the arrangement you find yourself in.
well, here's the thing.
Just know about it. Just take the red pill and know that that's what's going on. See, Don Sterling knows.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, Donald Sterling was like fucking in the 70s, so he really didn't have a choice. But like, here's the thing. Um, with the alpha bucks, beta fucks, going. Let me explain the 80-20 rule. Let me
All right.
explain the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule is this. And this really has never been scientifically backed up, but a lot of people go with the theory. So the 80-20 rule theory is only 20% of women are going to want to fuck just to fuck. So you got his penis, her vagina, nothing else, they just want to fuck. And the rest of the 80% of guys, they're going to have to, they can still get the pussy, but they either going to have to promise her a long-term commitment, you know, um, you know, money, spend a lot of non-sexual time with her. So it's not that the 80% guys are out of the picture. It's just the fact that it's only a top 20% of guys that they say doesn't have to do anything to get the pussy. So really, it's one of those things like nobody fucks for a flat rate unless you at the top of the food chain. And this is what, a lot of people struggle with once they take the red pill. Because like I said in one of my videos, a lot of men find out they place in a hierarchy and they pissed off that they're not that top 20, so to speak. And before they took the red pill, they wasn't thinking about it like that. Cats wasn't waking up trying to figure out they was alpha or beta or select or non-select. It didn't exist in their brain. But now that guys took the red pill, that those kind of terms, alpha, beta, select, non-select, kind of plays on people's egos. I totally get it, but it's not the fact that the bottom 80% is out of the game. It's just that the bottom 80% gotta play the game, and that's how it was explained.
Well, I mean, the top 20% are playing the game too. They just winning. You know, I mean, people people are really under the impression that the top 20% didn't do anything to become the top 20%. You know, they just didn't really, their life efforts kind of went into becoming in the top 20%. Whether it means that, they just go crazy in the gym, they at the gym to where they got single digit body fat percentages and shit, or, they spent their whole life earning street credibility and shit because they know bitches like that. They see that shit as alpha. They put in work to get in that top 20%. Now, this work is not necessarily productive to society. So the other 80, it's like, look, I'm gonna do my own thing, and hopefully, that'll get me some, I mean, and a lot of the rage we see is like, hey, wait a minute, how come the effort I put in isn't as valued to women as the effort that the top 20% put in? I mean, but there are very few just natural jawline niggas that that get it without even trying. Like some they put in some type of effort.
Yeah. So look, with that's just one of them things. Like, look, like I say, that has never been scientifically proven. It's just a theory. But the point is with that though, it works the other way around too. You still got a hierarchy with women.
Uh-huh.
So, it's not as bad because women are the gatekeepers of sex. But at the same time, some women they know their position and they do whatever they can do to enhance it, i.e., surgery, plastic surgery, all the makeup, the weaves, like whatever they got to do to try to boost up their stock. all kind of waist trainers, like whatever they got to do, man. So it's just one of them things to me. I don't really think about that as much. I just run my game, but the reality is this, nobody's gonna fuck for a flat rate out here. And that's what some people just can't get their mind around.
True.
So let's say, let me give you an example. Let's say I'm in a club. Well, I was in the club with Ray Lewis one day. That shit got crazy. All the bitches, but let me give you a hypothetical. Let's say I'm in the club and Boris Kojo walked in, right? Straight up jawline nigga.
Right.
Me, I'm not gonna get tight because I know my position. I'm like, look, I'm gonna look at my watch. I'm gonna wait for him to get done. He probably gonna pick about 2 or 3 of them. Once he done, I'm gonna run my game. Now the bitch that I'm talking to, she might have left with Boris Kojo for free and did whatever. Now, I may have to, use my mouthpiece and buy a drink. Now, I'm not offended by that. You know what I'm saying? Now, some guys can't deal with that. And look, it is what it is. But nobody's fucking for a flat rate. So I don't get caught up on that top 20, select and non-select. I'm just saying the thing about it is women place people in the category. You know what I'm saying? How they view you. Once they meet you, they'll automatically throw you in the beta bucks. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, yeah, and I agree with that. I don't really think it really bothers men that men come up with these terms, alpha, beta, and shit like that. It bothers them that women come up with these terms because there was a time where the beta person, like you said, the beta or the non-select guy was respected, even though he wasn't considered an alpha, a physical alpha. He was at least respected in his home as the provider. You had a respect for the person who is providing for his family. That's changed. So now there's this stigma around these, because really these are just general traditional family men, which was most of the population, which is really what the world needs. But now, women started to see them as less than, and they started to see themselves that way. And what's happening now is men are just pulling away from, not the position, but they're pulling away from the title and the disrespect that comes not only from their women with the title, but from society with the title.
Well, women have got so fucking blatant with it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's one of the problems, because before all this, social media and all of this other kind of crap, women was able to they can focus this a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? So even if they cheated, they might have cheated with a guy at our job. Nobody knew about it. Look, if you've been married 30, 40 years, y'all got some skeletons in y'all closet, man. Fuck that. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all got some skeletons in y'all closet. But the point is, but now women are more out front with it. You know what I mean? Women, they more entitled to certain things because now they can openly disrespect a man. And if he slapped the dog shit out of her, he's going to jail. So men, it's kind of like we out here fighting with our hands tied behind our back, because we can talk all we want to, but the only thing we can do is not put ourselves in a situation and not trip over these certain landmines, because it's only so much we can do. I mean, that's just the reality. What authority can you have over a bitch? You know what I'm saying? You can't discipline her unless y'all agree to it. You know what I'm saying? Even if you try to starve her out with resources and this and that, she can divorce you, take you to court. If you did the marriage route, some states got common law marriage. So if she been living in there a certain amount of years, she still can fuck you over. Even with the paternity piece, they say, like, in this U.S. population, 20% of men, and this is a conservative number, 20% of men are raising children that are not their own. So, and I even heard about some shit that, well, no, I'm not gonna say that right now. But the point is this, a lot of men are out here, trying to fight at least with one hand behind their back. Some guys are fighting with two hands behind their back. So it's tough, man. You know what I mean? And this is why you need your daily dose of red pill to know the signs and know what to fucking look for out here. That's the key.
True. I mean, and yeah, I mean, we could look for it just by understanding our own nature. I mean, the bitch you with, and I'm not saying you see Boogie, I'm just saying in general, the bitch that everybody in the chat room with is not the alpha. Unless there's a nigga in here fucking Rihanna, she is not your alpha bitch. There's always somebody out there that you would rather be fucking. And it's not your wife. It's not your girlfriend. So, we are with betas too. It's just that they don't really see themselves that way because we don't just wake up in the morning shitting on them. We don't treat them like they're fucking betas treat. We don't wake up in the morning and be like, bitch, you're not Rihanna. I mean, we don't do that. We have a certain amount of respect, and they feel that in a relationship that men are slowly not feeling, and that's what the red pill is. I mean, yes, there's a realization that you are her beta, and like I say, there was a time when men were perfectly comfortable with that. Every man on the planet knows his wife would rather be fucking Boris Kojo. I mean, but they were comfortable with that understanding until women started really voicing their disrespect, and lately they've been voicing their disappointment in a man for not being Boris Kojo. It's weird and fucked up as I don't know
Let me say
what.
this. Okay, I agree. Let me say this though. Um, I don't have a number, so I'm just gonna throw out a number or just say this right here. Most people don't marry their first choice, but most people are mature enough to make it work. What's
Yeah.
going on now is a lot of men understand, look, this bitch ain't my first choice. I'd rather be, with Amber Rose, but she down with my program and I can make this work. The thing to me that's holding up this shit is the women. See, these women, a lot of women hold out for the jawline niggas. You know what I'm saying? And they probably could have made it work with a couple guys they've dated or whatever the case may be, couple guys they were fucking, but they always had in the back of their mind because I feel like the media, social media, all that kind of propaganda, these fucked up ass feminist ass movies they putting out, a lot of these hoes think that they can do better. And they have that in the back of their mind. Even a bitch that's a 2 or 3 or 4.
Oh
Now,
yeah.
this is what fucks me up.
Hey,
What's
Hey,
up?
what's up, bro?
what's going on, fellas? I just want I don't want to cut C Boogie off. C Boogie, I'm sorry, I'm not in front of my computer. I'm actually was out of the client side, so I was very busy this morning, so I'm not in front of my computer system. So I just want to say what's up to the chat. Um, but C Boogie just made one freaking hella point. What he just said, and I just want to talk to a lot of you younger cats because I throw my lot in with the younger generation. I try to keep a young spirit, but I throw my lot in with the younger generation because y'all the cats who are coming up. And if you at my age, if you 50 plus and you ain't got this shit down right now, you finish. But as far as these younger guys are concerned, he just said was right. Most men do not pick their first choice for who their wife is. They didn't go for that. Okay, but they do try to make it work. 80% of divorces are actually initiated by the women. And we're not talking about people say, well, it's mostly financial. Women have gotten divorced because they said they were bored with their husbands. Women have gotten divorced for all kind of fucked up reasons outside of this financial reasons. All right. And it's these women who are out here chasing these jawline niggas, these other sucker ladies. They running around in here acting fucking crazy, destroying a lot of shit because they can. And no fault divorce, all this came up. That's where you have a lot of this stuff actually coming out from. Because back in the old days, when no fault divorce and all that wasn't there, you had to prove and everything else like that. These women didn't do it as much. But now you don't have to prove anything. You can just go ahead and just say, I'm tired, and bang, zoom, and you're out. And that's where a lot of this is. That's where a lot of this is. What C Boogie has just said is absolutely right. These women can come out here and do whatever they want because the system has permitted this to go on. We can get into all the reasons as to why. But that's why we're here right now in the middle of this bullshit because of that. And you see who these women really choose. You can see just the events over the last week or so. Who these women are really running behind, who are they really rolling with. She's crazy. A lot of guys do try to make it work, but at the end of the day, if you want to stay red pill out here, you got to understand these women are out here to get what they can. They're rolling with they're rolling with we would consider the worst. They're not going with character. A lot of times, they're not going with who can really
They
help.
want a buck.
They want a buck. And they're looking at you from the head, not from the neck up. They're looking at you from the head down All right. And when they look at you from the neck up, a lot of them who look at you from the neck up are just not looking at your face, but they're looking at what's under the scalp. A lot of these a lot of these other women, they're looking for you neck down. You know, you got big, you got big body, you strong looking, your body looking crazy, you physically fit and all this kind of stuff. And they thinking about fuxing, and that's what they want. They're looking at a buck. A buck. That's what they want. And that's where you're at with this. We've seen these other guys who are bucks running around, you know, with their YouTube channels that are big, and Facebook with over 1 million followers and all that kind of stuff. And I'm mind you, I ain't hating on none of these dudes. Run the game. I ain't hating on them. I ain't hating on them at all. I'm in the gym myself. All right, but you see these guys, they look great in the body and all that. And these women are running behind them, and they listen to whatever they say. They ain't really listening to them because they really believe in what they're saying. They're listening to them because they think they can get a shot at them. The possibility of getting a nigga like this. That's what they're looking at. They're looking at a buck, a big buck nigga like that. That's what they want.
Yo, but let me say this too, bro. See, you know, like looking at this thing from a mature point of view, you know, think about back in the days where people were married 30, 40 years. You think both of them motherfuckers ain't have skeletons in their closet, but they still figured out a way to make it work?
Skeletons, them skeletons be rattling like a motherfucker, be rattling like a rattle. Yeah, they got mad skeletons. They got mad skeletons up in there. Jolly Roger flying up in that bitch as well. But at the end of the day, that didn't stop them from continuing to do what they had to do. A lot of these guys understood that their wives had gotten live. A lot of these wives knew that their husbands was a frack. A lot of you know, they understand that. All right, but people had to work together. They had to make it. That is no longer the case today. So that's a different deal. So, you know, these women are doing what they want. And I just want to say to a lot of young cats, because I know you had the Maryland basketball team and all that shit calling you up. That shit was highly butter laid. Don't believe anything these women say. You know, base your game on kind of what they do and look at their track record. You know, especially with dudes. Don't believe anything that they say, man. You know, take that shit with a grain of salt and just throw it to them. Yeah, all right. You know, the word should be, yeah, okay, whatever you say. Yeah, okay, whatever you say. And keep it moving. All right, because at the end of the day, most of them ain't telling you the truth. They don't want you to know the truth. And you know, what are you gonna find in their background? They out here getting live. They riding the carousel like there's no tomorrow, and you know, and they running behind a buck. So I say definitely, you know, get your buck game together that you want to do. But that's where a lot of these women are coming from. So yeah, you know what C Boogie was saying, I have to totally agree with, man. He dead on point on that. As far as a lot of men, you know, they understand this. We seem to have a more innate understanding of this. We will go with them and try to make it work. All right. They may not even be our first choice. For some guys, it may not even be their second choice. But yet they're trying to make it work, and they're hanging in there. And these women are with these guys, and they get married for a short period of time, and 80% of them are trying to get out of there. And people want to say it's all financial, and it is not. You know, financial is a part of it, but it's just not finances. It's a lot of other issues that come up as well. And a lot of that is just these women want to get out here and run around and chase
look at Scottie Pippen, man. 6 championships. He got bread. His wife running out with a future and some Gucci flip flops.
He banging. He doing a nasty doggy style, you know, on the middle of the living room floor with this hoe, and she comes back. Okay, Scottie Pippen. He ends up looking like a straight sucker, and then he ends up buying her a fucking ring for close to $1 million. All right, oh, let's get back together. Ultimately rewarding her for that fucking behavior. What is she doing now, divorcing the man? All right, now is that about money? No, it's not about money. He got money, so it's not that. And don't let these women fool you into saying it's money. Don't listen to them. Those are lies. That's not true. They'll lie. Women are liars. Like we used to say in the sales game, buyers are liars. Women are liars. They're gonna
yo. Charles Merchant said, "Future is a buck."
He's a buck. He's a buck. And he did the nasty doggy style. Now think about it. Here's Scottie Pippen. Now wait. I got to give a shout out to of course, you know, one of my favorite YouTubers, the Black Ram. She got to be tall, girl. All right, you got to be tall, girl. All right. So he says that a lot. Hey, my man Scottie Pippen, he tall, girl. But at the end of the day, She was out there fucking a buck, and that's what happened there. And Scottie Pippen got cucked. He was a cuck with his wife fucking a buck, and he accepted it. You got a lot of niggas out here doing that as well. That's how a lot of guys will accept some cucking off of their wives. That's how ill this shit is. And still, she's filing divorce on this man. I mean, so don't listen to these hoes, man. These hoes, they just don't listen to them. I'm just saying, don't listen to them because these hoes, they don't listen to anything they say. We see what they do. So, I mean, that's this is fairly obvious. Anybody who's got any level of a red pill understanding today knows this. I figure a lot of the older guys do understand this. A lot of the younger cats see it, but we have to keep reiterating this because sometimes that gets lost in the message. And I see so much incredible, horrific simping going on, even on YouTube, which is very, 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 very shocking. When I really start to see what's really going on, it's almost kind of shocking. We must reiterate, that don't listen to what these women have to say. Don't listen to their critiques.
Let me say this, man. Because like I say, this video was really inspired by a cat that I talked to. I'm not gonna say his name, but he was going through some things with his wife, and I had to break it down. Why he was chosen by this female. He was beta bucks, but like here's the thing, and I'm gonna let him go and break it down about this currency piece. But the female currency for the beta male, or fuck it, for the beta male is some pussy. That's what she working with. That's what she gonna come into that with. She gonna throw that pussy at you. Beta males still fuck, but guys gotta understand that once you assess the situation, she may not have been there for the right reasons. And when I was telling guys that it's a lot of people dating outside of their range, look, man, when Scottie Pippen was a skinny, big-nosed motherfucker down there in Arkansas, wherever the fuck he from, them hoes wasn't fucking with him.
They wasn't fucking.
They walked right past Scottie Pippen and his nose. Scottie Pippen, 6 championships later, a lot of millions of dollars, whatever, Olympic gold medals. Now he got the supermodels and shit. But because the nigga, which is the case with a lot of black men, self-esteem is so fucked up. This black bitch had fucked up their self-esteem. The first thing he did was reached outside of his league and thought that money was going to keep her. No, Negro.
Beta bucks.
And a lot of guys don't understand this shit. It's like, yo, man, you have to have self-awareness out here. Now, if you want to pay, like if you want to run that game with a bitch, y'all got an arrangement, cool. You just want beauty around you. But if I knew, these Instagram model bitches never even looked at me when a nigga was fucked up, when I was broke. Now, I got some money in my pocket. I'm a Scottie Pippen nigga. I got 6 championships. Now, all of a sudden, they on my dick. I'm going to go into every situation paranoid. I'm like, no. Y'all here for the wrong reasons. But guys and women, a lot of motherfuckers date outside of their range and don't know the consequences of that, man. And in this society, in this Western culture, where capitalism rules, everything is about the dollar. All that morality shit people preaching, that shit don't exist. I don't know why people keep talking about this moral bullshit. It doesn't exist. Everything's about the dollar. So they are telling women, and at the same time training men. They training the men to be, to be cucks, to be simps, to be a good husband, and they training women to be these strong boss bitches, take charge, do whatever. You can always do better. It's your body. Do what you want with it. Have an abortion at 9 months, whatever the case may be, man. You know what I'm saying? And society and this environment has a lot to do with it.
It's huge, and people don't understand. So much of what's out here is actually designed, in some respects, against marriage. They've got an industry going right now to where you get into a marriage and now you get divorced, and there's a whole cottage industry based on that. And they're telling these women all the wrong things, and these women out here doing this wrong shit. And I had a woman in my gym just the other day. You know, she comes over, she's telling me about how she's getting a divorce and all this, and then she's like, yeah, we need to stay married, but yet at the same time, yeah, she's telling my friend, yeah, stay married. You know, you got your kids, stay married, but yet she's talking about getting a forensic accountant on her husband and everything else like that. You know, how she's just going for his money. You know, it's fucking horrible, man. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You know, a lot of us, you have to be very smart, and you have to understand female nature. You have to study this. You know, a lot of guys, you have to study this, man. This is critical. Just like anything, you get into a car, you know, and you haven't driven in a long time, you just want to get your license to get in the car. You got to learn how to drive a car. You got to pass a test in order to get in the motherfucker. All right, just to get your license. All right, you want to get a marriage license? You better study that fucking vehicle, that female vehicle you're getting ready to ride around in. You better study that motherfucker. You better know what that shit is about. And that's for you young cats. You better know what the fuck you're fucking with. Because if you don't, you're done. You can get torn out of the frame very easily. Love and this kind of stuff doesn't last long. Okay, it comes down to a commitment. It comes down to a lot of other things that have to be there, maturity and so forth. You got to be right. They got to be right. You got to do a lot of. You got to do a lot of looking around. Young guys are running around with their dicks hard, you know, just looking at pussy as the currency, and actually will get you in a lot of trouble. You have to understand what you are dealing with, and you have to ultimately understand yourself and build your own coinage. Get your coinage up, and I ain't talking about just dollars. The currency in you. And that's a big piece a lot of us kind of don't think about. You know, this new turn that's going to be coming this year in this manosphere is going to be about self-improvement. Okay, we already see that these bitches are fucking scamming us. They'll say anything. They full of shit. They ain't no gender war here. That shit is whack. We see what goes down. Just look what happened just over the last 2 weeks. Well, what the fuck is that? I mean, but that's typical. But now it's about you, man. It's about you getting your shit right. You know, them brothers on that Maryland basketball team, get your coinage up, increase your skill set, get your game nice, put yourself out there and build your esteem, build your base. That's your coinage. That's your currency. You know, get in the gym, get live. And this is not just, I'm gonna say it. This is not just for women. This is for yourself. You build a high level of esteem. You build a high level of self coinage. You got your own coinage up. You're not gonna, and if you really believe in yourself, you're not gonna take a lot of shit off of bullshit. You ain't gonna accept a lot of crap. You're not gonna sit back and fuck behind some other dude that cream pied her 1,001 times and send her back to you with a wet ass. You're not gonna be doing that kind of shit. All right. You're not gonna be accepting that. A lot of things you shouldn't. Build your coinage mentally, physically, spiritually, and of course, and financial, like my grandmother used to always say, and financial. You know, get all that together. But you got to build your coinage up. Build up your currency, your self-currency. You got to build in yourself. This is about self-improvement now. This is not about chasing behind this fucking bro. We already know what this bitch is about. We see what she's about. We see she'll tell you anything. She'll do anything. The niggas that she complains about, those are the niggas she's chasing. All right, just assume that. All right, so don't believe any of this other bullshit that they're telling you. All right, get your coinage right. Okay, and women who have value to themselves and they think that they are looking for high value men, they look at men who ultimately have a lot of coinage in themselves. All right, because that means you're gonna place them at a very high standard. You're gonna have a high standard to be placed. And if you want to get into your game, where your coinage is high that you've been building, they gotta come correct. They gotta
be teethy.
Real teethy. And if they're not, kick them to the curb fast and you can say fucking boo. Fuck them. Because at the end of the day, it's you. You're the juice out here. Build your coinage. Build your value. You got to build that in yourself. That's where the turn is going to be made here in 2019. This is about this is where the manosphere should be coming from. Building yourself. Okay? It's about self-improvement. And let me tell you this right now. Anyone who is not talking about self-improvement and increasing your own coinage, I'm going to say this, is not your friend. They're not your friend. Because if they are, they're going to keep telling you about that. I don't make a dime off of YouTube. I don't give a fuck about it. All right, I'm closing deals out here right now. I don't give a fuck about, man, making a nickel off of fucking YouTube. I don't make a dime off of this motherfucker. So at the end of the day, what I'm talking about, it ain't paid for. There's not a dollar behind it. It's the truth. And it's hardcore and it's some real shit. Your coinage is fucking low. I don't give a fuck if you're making $1 trillion. you're going to get fucking torn out of the frame. Guys who have high coinage in themselves, they do better than those who don't. Build your own fucking coinage, man. Build that shit. Self-improve. Be working on that every day. Every day that you don't do that, you're falling behind. A lot of guys are trying to tell you, hey, you need that. I don't give a fuck about that. Fuck them. Fuck them motherfuckers. They ain't going nowhere. You are the one who's going to have to make these moves and make these determinations. It's going to be your decisions. You're going to count on some bitch? Count on some bitch to make a decision for you. See what she do for you. See what happens. All right? Listen, believe what she tells you. See what happens. Okay? It's all about what you have going on. It's all about you building your own coinage. All right? That's coming from, I don't make a dime for fucking YouTube. I don't give a fuck. I'm telling y'all with the hardcore truth. Some of you will not like it. It's too bad. I don't give a fuck. All right? That's where we're at. That's real shit. That's hardcore. Real. Coming from a nigga who's been running behind bitches for the... I had girls pulling their pants down when I was 9 years old. Show me their coochie. When I was 9, I was asking them to show me their coochie when they're 9 years old. Shit was bald like a motherfucker, but here they were showing it to me. So I've been looking at this and fucking with these hoes for...
That's a visual. I don't think we all want it.
Well, it's just part of life. Okay, so this has been going on for the better part of 50 fucking years. So I can tell you for sure that you shouldn't be fucking worried about what the fuck these hoes think. If I'm getting 9-year-olds to pull their fucking pants down when I'm 9 years old, 9 and 10 years old, I was a frack. I was a frack back then. I was a frack.
They wanted the buck.
So,
real talk.
So
she wanted a buck.
So this is where we're at. This is where we're at now. Get your coinage up. Get your fucking coinage up. And I mean, be real serious about it. Yeah, like I tell you, I'll make a dime off this motherfucker. So therefore, what I say, and it ain't coming from trying to appeal to some large group of people to fucking get more fucking subs and all this shit. I don't give a fuck. Get your coinage up, especially for you young cats out here. That's the first thing you should be fucking doing in your life. That's the most valuable thing you got is you and building yourself. That's what this manosphere is going to be turning this year. Turning on. Turning.
No, but here's the thing.
Going into self-improvement. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, here's the thing too, man. Going to game changer. See, what Negroes gonna have to get through their brain is this. Nothing lasts forever. Like, let me explain this. When I say nothing lasts forever, as men, as we age, just give me that phone call. As we age and get better, get older, get wiser, get stronger, you can still be 50 and 60 years out here, 50, 60 years old out here, still pulling 25 and 30-year-old bitches if you keep your shit tight. If your coinage is right.
For sure.
Well, let me break this down. If your coinage is on point. See, a lot of guys are caught up in the moment because they see this guy getting pussy, that guy getting pussy, and, they stop doing what they need to do, but not knowing at some point in your life, the pendulum can swing. Niggas ain't thinking like that. They're not thinking long term. They're thinking short term. I see niggas out here 60 years old in the gym.
In the gym.
Out there pulling out young hoes, macking young hoes, and they love them.
Man.
They love them.
Don't get me started.
So a lot of guys are getting caught up in the moment. They caught up in the now. I'm like, dog. Like I was telling the cat on the phone, I was talking to the brother, going through some shit, succubus in a small place. We heard that. I'm like, yo, man, nothing lasts forever, bro. And that's a fact. This is a moment in time. Niggas can't wrap their mind around that, though. They so caught up in, yo, man, am I alpha, am I beta, am I select? I'm like, Negro, you could be 75 years old still fucking if you take care of yourself.
Hold on a second, my man. See Boogie, you killing it, fam. I sent my man C Boogie a picture. One of the guys who I know down in Brazil. He rents my apartment quite a bit, but right now he's up in Sao Paulo, and he's got him a little shorty. He's 70 years old. Okay, he's 70, and I sent him a fucking photograph of his latest little shorty he running with. You want to tell him about that shorty? She looked like dog. You want to tell me? You want to tell him?
Boy, she looked like a tall glass of water, and I'm thirsty.
And what about them thighs? Thighs for the
guys.
Thighs for the guy. I hate to say it. If I was with him, he may have a fight, man. Nigga, I got to fuck. Now let me stop. But anyway, I would
she want a buck.
She want a buck. but anyway, that's what's going on. It is not a sprint out here. It's a marathon. This ain't a sprint. Get your mind out of the sprint game. This is a marathon out here. This is more of a long-term roll. All right. The longer you roll, the better you roll, the better it gets. That's how this goes. Everybody going down at the end of this motherfucker. But at the end of the day, it's the quality of the game that you have. Keep your coinage up. It's not a sprint out here. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. It's a marathon. Be thinking in that and be thinking in those terms. The younger guys who better understand this, the better you understand it, the better you're gonna be. I swear, full God. And you're gonna see all these fucking hoes out here talking all this shit now. You check them out in 10 years from now, they're fucking done. They finish, and you looking live, your body right, your mind right. And what happens? And let me tell you, the older you get, the better shape you're in, the more the game turns fantastically in your favor. It becomes unfair for me right now at 50 something, rolling around with 20-inch fucking arms. It's unfair. A lot of the attention I get as opposed to what some of these other guys get. Guys in the gym walk around, see me. I hear you call me. How you doing, man? Yeah, my wife, she really likes you. She thinks you're so cool. And then in the back of his mind, he's like, please don't fuck my wife. Please don't fuck her. She wants to fuck. Please don't fuck. You know, you literally have that going on. It's fucking. It's just ridiculous. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's a marathon out here. It's not a sprint. It's not a sprint. This ain't a 50-yard dash. It's the It's not a 50-yard dash. It's the 100. It's the 100-meter whatever. Okay, the longest race you could think about it. So fuck. It's a 26. It's a New York Marathon. It's the Boston Marathon. That's what you're dealing with out here. That's where you're at. It ain't a sprint. So prepare yourself for that. Consistently work on your coinage. Get that shit up and work it over time. The game becomes massively in your favor, especially when you're thinking clearly. All right, you're gonna run behind these broad in 10 years from now will look like fucking something off the bottom of your fucking shoes if you don't check it out closely. That's where you're at with this. And I've seen it more times than I care to think about. Like I said, I don't make a dime off of YouTube. I make a dime off of this motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. Just telling you straight. Old boys telling you the real deal. All right. I see a lot of old guys out here. They're finished. They're done. They walk around begging me not to fuck their wives. They walk around here like that. I don't want no parts of them. All right. But at the end of the day, this is where you're at with a lot of these guys. Okay. If you're 50 years old, you don't understand that you're done. Finished. I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to these young cats. You young dudes. You guys in your teens, your 20s, your early 30s who are fucking who are really out here ready to make some critical moves and get your game going. So it ain't a sprint. It's a marathon. Get your coinage up.
Yeah, game changer. You want to jump in here, bro?
No, I'm good. I'm kind of multitasking right here. So you go ahead and take the wheel.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, the way he broke that coinage piece down is it's vital, man. Brothers need to hear this uncut game. And look, I totally agree with Nagone. 2019, I told y'all niggas, it's all about gangs for me. I put that out there. That's documented in my video. I said I was in the gym. I said 2019 is about gangs, and if niggas ain't on this gangs, program, then I got to keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my coinage right. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way you can be out here and control your own destiny, man. Once you let up off the gas and you worried about this and you easily distracted, somebody else will come in. Somebody else will become in control of your destiny. And it could be the succubus. It could be, your enemy. It could be this fucking cracker ass white man. You know what I'm saying? That's all in your shit. A lot of motherfuckers think this white man got their back. But that's another conversation for another day.
He got your back, all right. He's trying to take your fucking spinal cord out. That's for sure. Trying to do a predator on you.
Yeah, way back.
Yeah, so, way back. Yeah, he got that eye. He's trying to get that spinal cord out your motherfucker. Swing that shit in the head.
You know what I'm saying? Fucking ABL, his shiny face ass. But anyway, the point is this though, man. Shiny face bastard, man. But I heard him on it. Anyway, let me stick to the topic. I get to talking about his clean head ass, man. But like I say, man, I was talking to the guy this morning, and the advice I gave him, man, because he shared some real heavy shit with me, and I told him, I said, yo, you work on you. You are not in a position to get with a bitch right now because your wife have broke you. You broken. You got to put yourself back together. Don't worry about the world right now. Don't worry about a hoe. You worry about your paper. You worry about getting your mind back right. You build yourself up because now if you fuck with a bitch at this time while you broken, she's gonna break you even more. People don't like losers. You know what I mean? People exploit losers. People like winners. People like people with that spirit, that I can't be stopped spirit. But if you out here, you moping around, you got your head down, your self-esteem fucked up, a bitch can spot you a mile away. And she gonna exploit that. She gonna take whatever insecurities you got. She gonna take it out, look at it like nigga, I got you. And she gonna throw you that raggedy ass pussy. Cause that's her currency, nigga. I keep telling these niggas, man, stay focused. Get your mind right. When you focus on the battlefield, man, know what's going on. Know how these women look at you. Women, they can smell the weakness in you, man. They can.
It's It's a predatory game out here. See Boogie
And I'm a
talking.
predator.
See Boogie talking real shit. Young, this young cat. This young cat, man. This young cat. This young cat out up here talking real deals. You at this age, you talking this. I mean, he's been on the battlefield. I mean, there's certain things he understands that he's seen that bring him to a high level of maturity a little quicker, but through circumstance maturity, this is real deal stuff. I mean, this is real deal game. This is real shit. Let's talk real out here, fellas. Let's talk real to the deal. Well, you got the Maryland basketball team saying we up in here. We listen to you. We up in here, man. Come on. What's that telling you? These cats, they want this uncut game. A lot of people want to, a lot of these guys are feeling this, but it's great for them to hear it because that's going to further empower them. Build your game. Get your coinage. Once again, for you young cats, this is not a sprint. This is a marathon. This is a long-term run. Be thinking long-term. Be thinking down the road. Be thinking down the road. This is not a sprint. It's a marathon. Any female that approaches you, any woman that approaches you, she's got to be able to accede to your game. You can't be acceding to her. She ain't the fucking prize you are. So at the end of the day, if your coinage is up, your coinage, that's up. There's certain kind of things you ain't gonna accept. They ain't gonna accept. They want to come in and they want to come in there with a wet ass and hashtag pull them to the side, and you want to bang them out. Go ahead, bang them out. Put a condom on. Keep it moving. That's there too. That's me and my boy. We used to call those ice cream Sunday. That's ice cream Sunday. You want to get yourself an ice cream? Go ahead, get that ice cream Sunday, man. Go ahead. But at the end of the day, if you want to run with something real, well, that's a whole different game. Remember, it's a long-term game, so you got to understand what you're dealing with. Understanding this nature, this female nature, is very important. Very important. Understanding that you're the prize. Very important. Most guys out here, even guys who have money, some guys even who have position, they've missed that. And they've been taken advantage of, and these women will take advantage of it. I see it happen all the time. It happens to be with a lot of guys who have money, who have money, who have some cash. But guys who have real position and they can't afford to lose it, they're very cold-blooded about how they look at certain kind of things. Very cold-blooded. And that wife who's with them, or that woman that's with them, ain't stepping off, and they're being domed. Quite frankly, they understand. I better not fight with this guy. He's nothing to play with. That's the kind of game you have to have. Hold that metaphorical sword of Damocles over that head on a regular basis. That's your advantage. That comes with coinage. Sword of Damocles, coinage. Have that motherfucker hanging. So they know, okay, well, if you do this, your head's coming off. Not for real, but in a metaphorical sense. I ain't fucking with you. I ain't got time for that. They respect that.
A lot of cats too, Nagone. Yo, I'm glad you said that because a lot of cats, because I always tell guys, especially my younger cats that listen, Maryland basketball team, I got to shout you out.
Oh, that's Holly Butterlake.
Holly Butterlake.
Oh, that's Holly Butterlake. Anyway, go ahead.
So check it out. I always tell guys, it's respect over sex. I did my video and I've been running with that theme, but you talk about this coinage. A lot of Negroes are not even in a position to request a certain level of respect from a hoe. And that's what's fucking up niggas too. Like niggas is out here worried about what these hoes doing, this, she fucking this, he sucking this nigga dick. But niggas ain't got their coinage up and they are in no position to have that bitch bow down. and they definitely ain't ready for that dom game. I'm just gonna leave that out the way. A lot of niggas get offended because that's some Holly Butterley shit. But in our reality, you know what I'm saying? A lot of guys are not in a position to request certain things from a hoe, you know, especially if you know you at her mercy or you know this, that, and the third, or y'all, you know, she's financing something of yours, and yo, man, you got to be in a position to request that alpha respect. And that term that came from ARC, but you know, I'm gonna use it, that alpha respect. You want that. You know, if this bitch don't respect you, you go to another bitch. You go to another bitch. Yo, if go ahead.
That's, oh my God, that's so on point. I mean, at the end of the day, that alpha respect, that's something that you carry with you, something that this bitch gives you. You gotta have that. You gotta have that within. You gotta build that. Can you? Sorry, I apologize. I'm sorry, I got cut off. I was just a call coming through. I had to stop it. I'm handling some business here. But anyway, what I was going to say was that alpha respect is something that you have to build internally. That's something that comes from you. You have to build that. That gets built. That gets built like strength in the gym. The guys who come in there weak, but next thing you know, they keep pressing, they keep working, they keep training, and next thing you know, they get strong. That strength has come from within. That it comes from someplace. You got to build that. That's why when I talk about the gym and you don't have to be in there 10 hours a day and all that kind of crap to get butter late. 45 minutes to an hour, 10 minutes or so. That's all you really need in the gym 3-4 days a week. That's all, you know. But you make men. Men get made there because they push, they train, they consistently are building themselves. Why do you think so many women are attracted to a lot of guys who play the alpha game in the gym and so forth? And then they're doing their thing. Why do they like you? Because they see that you value yourself. You're building yourself. You're putting time into building who you are. That's what they find more attractive. Almost the muscle. They love the muscle because they see it, but they know what's behind that. Okay,
that dedication,
so
that discipline.
it's that discipline, and you have to have a certain view of yourself in which to do that. That's what they like. That's what they're attracted to. Just not the muscle. It's what goes behind it. All right, and now you're raising your coinage. If they're gonna come at you, well, hey, honey, there's 1,000 fine looking chicks in this gym. What separates you from the rest? You better show me, because if you don't, I ain't got time for you. Next.
Hey, so Nagone, see Boogie. So explain to me this whole Scottie Pippen dynamic, because I'm assuming, I don't really follow basketball, but I'm assuming that he's a muscle dude. I'm assuming that, I know that Terry Crews is one and Dennis Rodman is one. So there's something else going on in a woman's mind besides muscle and self-improvement. There's another factor of attraction that we're overlooking here.
Well, hold on. With these guys, Scottie Pippen and Terry Crews and these guys, Terry Crews, he let some guy grab his dick and he cried like a fucking faggot and all these. These guys, they may look like a buck, but these are some submitted dudes. These guys, at the end of the day, when you check them out deep down inside, maybe these guys don't feel that way about themselves. Who would accept that? Who would accept some white man grabbing his dick and tell him, oh, I'm going to sue him? Unless you're lying, unless you're trying some kind of fucking bullshit game. Ain't no white man gonna walk up and grab my dick in any position. He knows if he does that, only gonna have him coming apart in sections. All right. Now the same is gonna, the same with some of these other brothers out here. Some brothers just ain't accepting things. Who's gonna accept their wife out there getting a nasty doggy style with some other nigga and coming back and giving her $1 million ring? Who gonna do that? You have to look at that. These are the things I'm talking about. Okay, you can look a certain way, but that coinage, you gotta get your coinage in, man. That's an internal thing. That's something you got to build. Certain kind of things you're not going to accept. Hear me when I say this. I don't want that to go over your head. Understand where I'm coming from on this. You start building your internal structure. There's certain kind of things that you're not going to accept. It's not going to be there because you've got a certain value in yourself. And that's what you got to build. A lot of guys don't have that. And like I said, the guys who have money, they don't have it. Some guys may even have some muscle. Terry Crews, some of the other guys. They may have some muscle on them. All right. They may have that. Some guys have genetic predispositions towards getting huge. They don't have to do anything. All right. Hardly. They walk around. I had an uncle, man. This guy walked around. He was all muscle. He ate a lot, did very well, worked outside and all that. He had muscle all day long. He didn't have to do shit. Some guys like that. But I'm saying for guys who want to consistently improve themselves in your self-improvement, it's just not your body. Your body is a reflection of what's going on internally in your mind, especially if you're improving yourself. These are internal things. These are things that are built from within. You're not going to accept that. Okay, I'm gonna ask you, game changer. Are you gonna have a woman and you're gonna accept her getting a wet ass by another dude and she's gonna come home and accept that? Are you gonna accept that? I don't know. You
No.
might. Okay, you're not. Okay, why? Why will you not accept that?
Well, I don't think any man is actually, or I think very few men are actually accepting that, Nagone. But
You'd be shocked.
more to the question, they see fit to do it to these particular men, in spite of what you
Well,
were
here's
saying.
the thing.
The
Well,
weakness.
here's the thing about Scotty. To answer your question, directly, Scottie Pippen. Look, man, Scottie Pippen, he's from a small town guy, man. Somewhere in
Yeah.
Arkansas, small town guy. Never really seen beautiful women. All he seen
Yeah.
was these country Arkansas bitches. And
That's right.
gotta understand, he was tall, lanky, big ass nose, crazy acne, high top fade. Um, let's be honest, man. He wasn't bagging the top notch shorty. So he got
He
on.
wasn't.
So he
That's right.
got on. He got his paper right. He stood side by side with Jordan. And at the same time, Scotty never was mentally tough. I think it was the 1990 playoffs against the Pistons where Scottie Pippen had the migraines. You know what I'm saying? They could have beat the Pistons, but he wasn't mentally strong enough to make it through that game because he had a fucking migraine. He was weak. He was weak. And that female, if you look at her, I mean, she's older now, but when she was young, she was bad. She was top notch. She was a dime piece. But in all reality, Scotty was aiming outside of his league. She's seen a weak man.
That's what we're saying here, brother. There were certain things he didn't accept. You don't see that shit happen with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan came in 105 fever. He said, I'm going to tear you out the frame. Different mindset. All right. That's what we're talking about. And I don't want you to miss that point, game changer, because most guys are not going to accept certain kinds of bullshit. And when you develop yourself and you develop your mind, when you are self-improving, there's certain things you're just not going to accept. I don't see the chat right now, but I know that there are cats in this chat who thoroughly understand exactly what I'm saying. They ain't accepting it. You shouldn't. See, Boogie ain't. You know goddamn well I ain't. So.
Yeah. Well, Nagone, it's not about accepting. It's not about accepting a woman's shit. What I'm asking is, how do they know to give these niggas shit? That's what I'm asking.
They sense that weakness. They can see that you're weak. They can see that ultimately, deep down inside, somewhere you don't believe in yourself. That they can play you. That's what they say. Somewhere they know they can fucking manipulate and dominate you.
So, what advice do you have to a guy who's deep down in his soul, has that in him? And no matter, because it doesn't seem like games is going to help these guys, is what I'm saying.
I think games do. I think if you really understand that this is how you feel about yourself.
So there's more that Scottie Pippen could have gained?
And I think Scottie Pippen could have definitely gained a stronger internal attitude about who he was. Yeah. I think so, okay. Man. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Because he wouldn't have accepted, he wouldn't be accepting such unbelievable chicanery from this woman. He wouldn't accept it. That's what tells me where your mind's at. It's fuck what you say. It's what do you do? Do you accept that? If people accept that, then there's something going on.
He had the Gucci flip-flops, bro.
Nigga had a buck came up with Gucci flip-flops and threw his wife in the nasty doggy style. And he came back and gave her $1 million ring. What does that tell you? So anyway, this I don't know what else. I don't know how else to break it down for you. But that's not a thing that I feel is acceptable. And I don't think most of these men out here shouldn't be accepting. But a lot do. And a lot shouldn't. I've seen all kind of stuff go on. I've seen that with my own friends. Deal with the unacceptable. I've seen it. I've seen it a lot. I've seen it more times than I ever can. I remember one of my friends, he was having arguments with his wife before they broke up. She was having all these issues. I came over his house one day, and his wife comes out with a nightgown on, with her titties and ass out, walking in front of me, arguing and talking. Ass out in front of me. She was showing this motherfucker, yeah, your friend's here. My ass out. You can see all my shit. Basically, he could fuck. It's this other, I'm sitting there saying, what did I walk into?
I even remember her name. They called her Jawbone. Jawbone.
I've seen this. This is the stuff I've seen with my own two eyes. I've seen this. So it goes. It's deep. It's deep. So I'm just saying, brothers, this is a sprint. Once again, it's not a this ain't a sprint. It's a marathon. Long-term game. Keep getting your coinage up. Keep developing your mind. Understand the nature of these women. Understand the nature of situations that you're in. It takes a while out here. It takes a while. In fact, I was laughing. I was actually looking at this. It was a YouTube video on the mob. It was funny. The mob itself, a bunch of fucking gangsters, and they refused to make guys captains unless they were in their 40s, because they thought these guys, if you were too young, you wouldn't be able to handle certain kind of things. I guess they thought maybe at a certain age, certain complexities you just didn't have the mindset for. Of which I kind of disagree with now. I think you have the mindset to deal with certain kind of things at this stage at a younger age, with respect to the amount of information that's out here. But you have to really internalize a lot of this stuff. You really have to really begin to internalize a lot of this. And this is, I think, that's the ultimate disposition in maturity as a man. You have to, it takes a while to develop, and you have to develop some of this stuff. But I say constantly work on your coinage, constantly get your mind right on this, and really self-improve, and really don't accept a lot of crap. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry,
let me touch on this acceptance piece, because I told this story before to my chat, but I'll say it again, but I'm gonna get to a bigger point this time. Y'all pardon me. So one of my old school homies I used to work at the jail with, cool brother, Army veteran, so we used to kick it. And I told this story, man. I went over his house for the barbecue, and he had left out to go to the store for something. And I was just on the couch watching TV. Might have been watching the game. And next thing you know, as soon as he hit the door, the bitch just jumped on me. You know what I mean? Started kissing all on my neck and shit. You know what I mean? Trying to unloosen my pants, trying to suck my dick, right? You know what I mean? And I was like, yo, what the fuck? I was like, bitch, you don't get the fuck off me, because I was so mad, because I had a lot of respect for this guy. I mean, he was a beta nigga, you know what I mean? He was beta bucks, but I'll get to that in a minute. But I had a lot of respect for him. Now, if I didn't have the respect for him, I would have treated her like the slut that she was, right? I would have treated her like the slut that she was, and, make her, do some wild, wild things, because she came off like that and she deserved it, But the point was, he was a beat down cat, older guy, man, and he wasn't understanding that he was getting cut in his own house by that bitch, and I wasn't going to be the one that told him. You know what I'm saying? I was like, nah. But the thing was, I remember she told this guy, we talking about a guy that retired from the Army, then started working at a prison, just a hardworking everyday nigga. She told this guy, you ain't never gonna be shit. Pretty much told him, fuck you. You ain't never gonna be shit. And when he told me that, I just put my fucking head down. Like, dog, you ain't backhand this hoe? Another story for another day. And because I would have put my foot in that ass, man, I'm be honest. I'm like, what more can a man do for his country? The succubus told him that, looked him in the eyes. Granted, she was trying to suck my dick not too long before that. She was trying to suck my dick not too long before that. And I'm looking like, dog, why are you? Every day he would call me with a different story of this hoe, what she was doing, how she was getting on his nerve, how the fuck she was talking to him. Even when I would go over there, she was talking to him any kind of way, like he was a little puppy dog. And I used to go over there in great C Boogie fashion and just start talking my shit. You know what I'm saying? I would look at her face like, fuck you. That's how you gotta handle her. She was way out there, man. You can't come to her weak. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably why she wanted my dick in her mouth. But the point is, man, he was somewhere mentally that I couldn't go. I'm like, dog, you that weak that you would allow your bitch to talk to you any kind of way? Never mind, she wanted to swallow my kids. Never mind that, because you don't need to know about that. But she's talking to you like you nothing. And she still got all her teeth in her mouth. She's so a lot of teeth. I couldn't understand it, man. It still blows my mind to this day. And I lost a lot of respect for my OG after that. Like he was my OG, and I never wanted to disrespect him, man. But yo, if I didn't have respect for that guy, I would have treated her like the fucking slut that I knew she was. And I would have made her do some debaucherous ass shit for being a fucking thought, man. Somebody take the mic. I'm done with this shit, man. This fucking bitch ass. Yo, that fucking succubus can't be trusted, man. I keep telling y'all niggas. I keep telling y'all niggas, is niggas getting cucked in their own fucking house, and niggas don't want to listen to me, man. They think this shit is a game. These bitches are getting so ratchet, they doing it in niggas' faces, man. I mean, the nerve of this bitch. The nerve of this bitch. Where's your self-respect? Where's your pride? Fuck that. Die on your feet.
That's why I'm saying get your fucking coinage up. Get your fucking coinage up. I know a lot of cats don't want to deal with that. I know a lot of dudes don't want to deal with that shit. A lot of these guys are upset because they ain't fucking fine, ho. They running around here talking they red pill and they walking around, running around here still trying to fucking appeal to these fucking bitches that don't give a fuck about you half of the goddamn time. Bitches respect what they can't have. Even if you ain't the most handsomest looking guy in the world, if a bitch sees that you ain't making yourself totally available to them, they want you more because they figure out what the fuck is up with this dude. What's going on with him? He ain't over here on his knees sucking my toes, trying to blow smoke up my ass. What's up with this nigga? There must be something special about him. Yeah, there is. This motherfucker values his time and himself a lot more than he values you. Because he's got a fucking plan. He's on a plane. He's understanding where he's going. Stuff on a fucking plane. You fucking coinage up. It's your coin. It's your currency. You're the currency. Get your currency up. You know, don't expect the succubus. Succubus out here to tear you out the frame. Succubus don't give a fuck. Half these bitches out here just running around, don't even give a fuck. If you look at these girls here on YouTube and all that, you've seen all the stuff. They're running around with chickens without fucking heads. Y'all are seeing it. They run around here like chickens without a fucking dome piece. Just running around, flapping around, talking shit. Feathers flying all over the joint, fucking looking crazy. They get caught out here looking crazy. And they talking shit to you. And you sitting up in here listening to them. All right? These Negroes, half of them are sitting here in their chat rooms being insulted by these fucking bitches. And they still sitting here fucking kissing their ass. Chatting them and everything else like that, super chatting them and everything else like that. You go and tell them, what the fuck's wrong with these guys? I don't believe guys are doing this. They're getting cucked every day. They're right in front of your face, getting cucked right in front of you. Fucking, you accepting that? They're just telling you ain't shit, and you giving them money for it? You out of your mind? See, this is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of shit I'm talking. Brothers getting insulted every day by these hoes, but yet you said, this the succubus? I'm rolling with the succubus like that. What's up, ho? Why you ain't married, ho? Fuck out of here, ho. This is how I look at them. That's how you should be looking at it. Get your coinage up, man. Get your coinage up. Build your game plan. Build who you are. Accept nothing. I see brothers up in here, these guys, these supposed to be these gangster dudes and all that. They simps. They sit back here accepting the unacceptable, accepting bitches telling them they ain't shit, and they're running there still catering for them. Y'all tell me if there's something, if that's not a problem. Y'all tell me if that ain't ultimately at the end of the day a fucking rough talking cuck. Tell me if that ain't the fucking case. Come on, guys. Let's keep it a buck here. Like I said, I don't get a dime off of this shit. I don't get a dime off of this motherfucker. So I'm coming here telling you exactly how I feel about it. I'm here fucking working hard, trying to close deals left, right, and center. Got shit going down. I ain't worried about no bitch. There's some bitch rolling up here talking this shit to y'all. Y'all brothers crazy. Listen, 2019, this shit is about self-improvement. Motherfuckers ain't talking about that, they ain't your friend. That's all I got to tell you. If we're not talking about getting our own game right. Getting your coinage up. This is not a fucking sprint. This is a marathon. It's a long-term run. Be thinking long-term range. It's down the range. All right? Any bitch you look at, you have to start to think, where's this shit going to be in 20 years? You got to be thinking like that. If you're not, you are fundamentally fucking up. Take it from somebody who's been there. All right? This is real deal shit. Most people ain't going to tell you that. Your father may tell you that. But everybody else ain't going to tell you that. I'm telling you. All right? And I mean it.
These black men.
And I mean it.
Yo, man, I'm be honest. A lot of these black men love abuse, man. They have been trained to take it, and
fuck that. Fuck taking it. Y'all niggas, fuck taking that. Fuck it. Fuck them. Fuck them in the ass. Don't fucking take it. That's bullshit. Don't take it. Bend them over, blow a nut on their ass, and walk the fuck out of there like nothing ever happened. Clean off your dick and keep it moving. Throw the condom in the fucking toilet and roll. That's it. That's where you're at in this. Whether you understand that or not. That's where you're at. That's where you're at with this. All right? The ones who are quality are going to follow behind your quality. All right? There ain't going to be a lot of them. You ain't going to count a lot of them. Believe me. Okay? Most of these motherfuckers are cannon fodder. And they're trying to make you out to be that. Don't be that. I used to have a teacher back in the old days named Mr. Rothenberg. Old white boy, but he understood the deal. He was dropping red pill shit on me back then when I was in fucking ninth grade. Don't be used. You say that at the end of every class. Don't get used. I didn't really figure that out till a lot longer. A lot of dudes were dropping bombs. Were dropping critical red pill bombs, and we even call it red pill. But this is what they're talking about. Don't accept this fucking bullshit off of these matriarchal, psychotic motherfuckers. Don't be that. Sorry if I'm calling out. I ain't putting no chaser. I ain't putting no cover on this. This is raw and uncut. I don't give a fuck. Y'all motherfuckers should be thinking that as well. Keep it real. Don't play games out here with these motherfuckers. Y'all crazy? They'll tear you out the frame and won't look twice, won't think twice about it. You'll be wreckage on the side of the highway. That's what's waiting for you if you don't fucking watch out. Long-term game. This is not a sprint. It's a marathon. Get your coinage up. Build yourself up consistently. Work with those who are thinking the same way. Guys that get into your group and are thinking differently, jettison them like a fucking used condom and keep it moving. Get them the fuck out of here fast. All right. And that's it.
Facts, man. You know what I mean? 2019 games, niggas. Hydrate, niggas. We on, I'm on the Gatorade now. I'm about to hit the gym. But coinage, man. And look, I'm very empathetic to brothers that's in a situation and they putting forth an effort to get their mind right, to get their shit together. Those my kind of niggas. I sit in the foxhole with them niggas all day long. I have no issue with that. But for the niggas that ain't fucking with it, for the niggas that had just gave up and just accepted life and didn't even fight back, I can't fucks with those guys, man. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I always tell guys in my videos, I hate a coward. I hate a coward. And when I say coward, let me explain. I don't mean you got to be 6'6", with fucking muscles popping out of everywhere. You look, no, man. Man, you could be a fucking midget, but if you got a heart of a lion, see, Boogie gonna fuck with you, man. I hate a coward, man. I like to look a man in his eyes. I like to look a bitch in her eyes, man. That's how I roll. And a lot of guys, because I read my comments, man. Pardon. People like, I'm aggressive and this and that. How else am I supposed to deal with the world? This world don't give a fuck about nobody. You know what I'm saying? Got to be aggressive. Can't take no shit. Got to be assertive. Got to be a fucking leader, dog. You have to be. At least have some leadership qualities out here. Got to be able to do this shit on your own. Bitches recognize that. Bitches can smell a buck. They can smell it on you. You know what I'm saying? For the guys that's having issues. You walk around here, you fucked up. Woe is me. This ain't going right. She there to exploit you. Only fuck with a hoe when you at your best. When you feeling yourself. That way she can't tell you shit. Only thing she can do for you is show a lot of teeth. That's the only thing she can do. That's it, man. That's how I roll. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I roll. Been like this for a long time, man. You know what I'm saying? I've seen too much shit. I've seen too many guys get cut. Yo, I had this neighbor back when I used to live at my old spot, and it was an apartment complex. So every now and then, man, I would stand outside with this one cat, man, this brother, and I would drink a beer with him. I would have a beer with him, man. We would just chop up game. And he had one of the most ratchetest bitches I ever seen in my life staying up in his crib. A succubus in a small space. It's ridiculous. So anyway, so we would have a beer or two, man, and just talk. And she would walk outside sometime or whatever. And he would ask, like, babe, can you go grab me another beer out of the refrigerator? And every time, it never failed, dog. She always had to say something smart to the nigga. Like, boy, ain't nothing wrong with your feet. Or she'll roll her eyes. Something wrong with your hands? Boy, you better get it yourself. A lot of times she ended up getting the beer anyway. But she had to tell this nigga. She just couldn't do it. She had to embarrass him in front of me. And I'm looking like, nigga, you's a cuck. You a cuck right now. Maybe not literally, but figuratively, I'm looking at you like a cuck. It's fucking ridiculous, man. They don't give a fuck about masculinity, man. And niggas just taking that shit all to get a little bit of pity pussy. you can have that pity pussy, man. You can that's where I'm at. You can have it. There is some bitch on planet Earth that I'll be her alpha, and I will find that hoe. But niggas is taking way too much abuse and it's blatant, and these hoes know what they doing. They know what they doing out here, man. I see this shit and I'm like, yo, why does she still have her teeth? Hydrate, niggas. Why she still got her teeth? So, but this is what we working with, man. A lot of Negroes is taking way too much abuse, man. And, I'm kind of disturbed by it personally. Personally, I am, man. Some of this shit, I'm just sitting back like, yo, when did this become fashionable? When did this shit become acceptable to be the cuck? When did this shit flip like this? When did these hoes get so out of pocket? They don't care where they at. They gotta let you know, nigga, you don't run shit, even if you paying the bills. That is the life of a cuck. A lot of niggas don't know.
It's this feminism and the breakdown of a lot of things. But there were a lot of feminisms out here. I was watching a program. It was on Netflix a while back, just a little bit ago. It was about the alt-right. And you had the Antifa people. I can understand them coming against some of these alt-righters and so forth and posting up on their ass. I can understand all that. But you had this one female in here talking about, well, white woman, and she's in here, well, forget about that. Women are supposed to be in the house and doing it. Forget about that. That's not going to happen. And we're just a big change. And you see the hoery. We running the whole culture now, y'all. They running the whole culture on niggas. These white broads have jumped out here and said, we want to be hoes. We expect you to accept some level of cuckery. And a lot of women are buying into this, man. They think this shit is free. That's why you see a lot of shit going sideways. These motherfuckers have embraced the wrong philosophies, bro. And I'm just saying, for a lot of us, don't get caught up in this backwash of fucking craziness. That's why it's only a small number of us out here who are really, really trying to operate like this, because a lot are actually trying to buy into it. But then when they start getting burned up and they start seeing what's happening, then they start coming around. So maybe a lot of these guys just have to get burned. But we can't be accepting that. That's why I keep saying this 2019 has got to be about your coinage. It's really got to be about you getting your. And when you hear me, I'm gonna be talking like a broken record. I always said, get your mind right, get your money right, get your body right, overhead low, savings high, and leave this motherfucking succubus far behind. That I live that. I live like that. That's how I live. I don't say this. I ain't slacking on that. This is what I do. And I think this is the same for what every brother should be doing out here right now on their own. Every brother should be doing that. In my view, every black man should be living like that. These women out here don't respect you. Just look on YouTube. You see these hangouts. I was looking on Hangout the other day. Some black fucking bitch jumped up and told a brother, black men are like a protected class now. They're a protected class. Can you believe a black female can get on a hangout with hundreds of people in there and tell that black men are a protected class and actually quasi get away with it? The only one who I see, but I saw. Okay, shout out to Cerulean Gray. I had to give him credit. Shout out to Cerulean. Brother Cerulean. He jumped up there and said, "What the fuck? What you talking about? Let me get up in here." He pulled out his flamethrower and turned that motherfucker on high and started singeing skin off the back of succulate asses. And then the bitch went, "I love black men in here. I love black men." Yo. They come back with, "I love black men." Those are the motherfuckers that hate your ass. Tell you that you're a protected class. I mean, this is the kind of game these motherfuckers trying to run on y'all. And they trying to get away with this. I mean, this is how a lot of them feel. A lot of them feeling this way because they don't even like you sitting here critiquing their ass. They're sloppy fucking chicken without a head fucking game they run. I mean, this is what's going on out here. That's what I'm saying. You got to get your coinage up. And when you see the bullshit, stomp it, slap it. Don't be accepting this shit. Too many brothers are cucked. The cuck game is out here. Fuck a cuck. Nah, I don't want to be a cuck. If you give me a choice, I want to be a buck as opposed to a fucking cuck.
I would rather be a buck than a cuck.
I'd rather be a buck than a fucking cuck. And that's where I'm at. That's where the fuck I'm at with this. I ain't no young boy. So like I said, once again, I keep repeating. I'm gonna keep saying it. So some of y'all will truly understand where I'm coming from. I don't make a dime off of this fucking YouTube. Not one. So when I talk, I have a young spirit. I roam with the younger crew as far as when I'm getting live and getting my mind right. I put my emphasis there. And my grandson's picture on that motherfucking picture here. All right, that means something. All right, I run with the young folks. That's where this game is at. The University of Maryland basketball team. That's my steeds. All right, that's where I'm coming from. All right, see Boogie and the rest of y'all, game changers, the rest of you younger cats. That's where my loyalty lies. That's where my energy is. That's where my energy flows. You young cats, y'all motherfuckers are the difference. Y'all are the difference. Y'all are the difference. A lot of these older niggas at 50, 60 years old, they finish. They mad at me in the gym. They say, well, why are you trying to lift 500 pounds? Because I can. I'm doing 100 pounds for every 10 fucking years I live. Why? How come you ain't trying it? You don't need to do it. Get the fuck out of my sight. I'll go with the young guys who can. That's how I feel about it. I'm constantly trying to keep my shit right. All right, that's the difference I make. See young cats out here making it. So I'm talking to you young fellas.
Facts. And yo, you know, like you even had this last story, man. This broad, Simone Sanders, you know, jumping on Twitter, talking about black men. Talking about who cares about black men's opinion. You know, like when it came to Kamala Harris, man. I'm like, this disrespectful black bitch. You know what I'm saying? Talking about why do black men keep popping up with their unsolicited opinions about Kamala Harris. You know, these black bitches, man, I'm going to be 100% honest, man. They so far out of line right now. This shit is finished, man. You know, that attitude is so far out of line that a bitch would put out a tweet like that. And you know what? There's no repercussions we can do to this hoe. This is how they feel about black men. Real talk, man. They willing to throw your ass under the bus over a tweet to keep the fucking sisterhood alive, to keep the matriarchy booming. You know, it's fucking crazy, man. If you think this black bitch got your back, the nerve of you niggas. There's a couple you can run with. For the most part, man, she ain't fucking with you like that. I'm gonna be honest, man. She really ain't fucking with you like that. You know what I'm saying? There's a few that you can work with, man. It's a few. But as a group, man, they got other plans. They got another agenda. That shit ain't got nothing to do with black men. Black men are gonna be the motherfucking grease that keep that fucking wheel going. These black bitches got their own plan, man.
Boy, I see. I fucks with this. See, you can get these hands, Boogie. I fucks with him. Because this motherfucker keeps it real. At the end of the day, I've been saying this a long time. He's saying it. A lot of these cats are saying this. They ain't feeling you like that. We see this every day. We see it in the media. We see it here on YouTube, which is a microcosm of what's going on, of the fucking function that we see going on here in the bigger part of society. They ain't feeling y'all like that. If you motherfuckers ain't about getting your coinage right, there's something wrong with you. I'm just gonna say that. There's something wrong with it. It ain't shame. I don't run no shaming tactics. Fuck that. I'm talking about survival. Prevalence. This is where we gotta be. This is how we gotta be thinking. All right? Them young cats, them young Butterley dudes on that Maryland basketball team. They practice and work every day to win. That's what you gotta do. You wanna have a winning, you gotta be a team, roll as a team, never move alone, and welcome to the Terror Dome. That's what fucking that's what Public Enemy was saying, and they was dead on the money. And they were talking about this shit back in the 90s. Right? That's exactly how it is. That because you win the Terror Dome, and you can see these motherfuckers out here, they coming at you. A lot of them don't give a fuck, and they'll sacrifice it. They'll sacrifice it. That's how they're looking at it. Don't be used. Keep your mind right. Let's push this game. It's about self-improvement. Get your coinage up. Yeah. 2019.
Shout out to
coinage. 2019 coinage. Yeah. Coinage.
Shout out to Hatiti. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing. If I fucked up your name, I apologize. TYTETEE. I'm a guess on that thing, but thanks for the follow, the super chat, brother. Brother's always showing me love, man, and I'm always humbled when you guys donate to, to a to a young C. You can get these hands boogie, but that's where we at though, man. These women are putting out tweets about black men, and you know. That should just tell us where we at in this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of black men don't want to face the harsh reality. The harsh reality is that we all we got at this point. You know what I'm saying? And I constantly pound on the same shit, but I understand why, a lot of drill sergeants, a lot of teachers, a lot of motivational speakers say the same thing over and over and over again. You know, when it comes to black men, at some point, man, we gonna have to learn how to trust each other. We're gonna have to stop with this culture war bullshit that's only over pussy. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop with a lot of this shit because at some point, man, when that day come, and that day gonna come, I hope it ain't too bad. When we really need each other, when we gotta fucking stand side by side or back to back, and we need to trust each other, I really hope we can get past that, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas out here, they want revenge on their past. They want revenge for situations that didn't happen to them. They missed a lot of things in their life. You know what I'm saying? This black bitch had fucked them up. The succubus destroyed him. The succubus, he was invisible to her. So niggas want revenge. And I'm like, no, no, no. What world you live in, nigga? It's gonna come a day where black men gonna have to stand back to back. And this black bitch has already thrown you under the bus. And this Negro is not gonna be prepared for that. This Negro gonna be over there with those white boys. Because that's where he feels safe and comfortable at. He love them motherfuckers. He love them motherfuckers. Don't let him lie to you. He love them motherfuckers, man. I know for a fact. I'm not saying all white people bad, but what I'm saying is they out for their resources too, man. It's a race. And this black man is backing them up. How does that make sense? This black man is on their side where they out here racing to get all the resources they can.
Okay, let me piggyback on that point that brother C Boogie just broke down beautifully. In Ohio right now at the GM plants, where now all of a sudden people are now fighting for jobs, and they maybe talking about closing the plant down, or they're reducing certain work, and you've got black supervising all of them right now. I'm sure some of you heard on the news, they've been trying to play it down. Now a lot of these brothers are seeing these white folks are throwing nooses around, they're hanging nooses around the plant. Hanging nooses will hang your ass. Black men for jobs, black men who put the time and effort in, they've got their seniority. White folks throwing nooses around the joint, hanging nooses around. Now I don't see some of these other shines talking about that, but this is going on. The news has covered it somewhat. Some of y'all in here know what's going on as well. That's what's going on. That's what he. That's what he. This is in Ohio. In Ohio, Obama carried the state. I think maybe twice. But here they are now with fighting for jobs, and they hanging nooses up on your ass. I don't see any of these other black guys covering that. Why is that? So what I'm saying is you gotta be really pushing for your own game. Because these folks out here push comes to shove, they ain't down with you. And then you got many of these sisters, unfortunately, who are on that side, and these other brothers as well. So you gotta really look at where we're at. This is the Terror Dome. Welcome to the Terror Dome. Come on down. Yeah.
And these black men, these black men, a lot of guys, man, they don't really understand the terrain. They don't understand what's going on. They think they do, but I'm like, yo, man, the United States, not to get too deep off to the left. Look, man, the United States is nothing but a corporation. It's almost running like a big bank. Everybody want to stack resources. Everybody want to do this. Everybody trying to get to the mugger, and this black man too busy pissed off at this other black man, and the rest of the world is just changing currency. Money is changing hands. People closing deals, and a lot of black men, all they can do is focus on dumb shit. And I'm thinking, like, where are y'all mind at? What are you thinking about? Why is this important? Why? I don't give a fuck who sent G sucking fuck. The rest of the world is exchanging dollars. Money is flowing. That's what it's all about. United States is nothing but a fucking business. And you know what I'm saying? They try to sell you on this whole community shit. Now, the United States is a business with communities in it. Trying to get this shit through this Negro to this nigga. He doesn't understand. And this is why I roll dolo. Sometime to go on, I think I'm better up by myself.
Nah, you
I'm
just
be
need
honest, man.
you just need a few more Nagons and game changers and a few others with him. We with you, bro. So this is where we coming from now. Now before you when you all y'all hit the grave, I will have been long gone. But at the end of the day, we have to look at this thing long term. This thing has got to keep rolling. We can change the metrics, but it's going to take time, effort, and work. You got to be thinking long term down the road. All right, we see what's ahead of us.
Everybody
That's
else
it.
is closing deals. Everybody else, money is flowing. The money is here. It's going here. It's going there. Money trucks delivering this. This fucking black man talking about some pussy that he ain't fuck.
Well. Listen, I understand. A lot of brothers have been abused by it. We've been abused, and you came with the term matriarchal psychosis. That's big. That's real. That's a real thing. That's a real thing. And you came with that not only by just saying that you too, but you were in the prison industrial complex. You saw how this worked. You looked at a lot of this. You saw this thing at a very raw, real level. And we have to keep talking that. A lot of brothers need help. A lot of brothers need a mental injection of heart and soul. We need that. That's what this is about here. That this is our virtual lounge. This is our virtual kitchen table. We have to talk about this stuff because it ain't being talked about nowhere else. All right, and these sisters are mad. A lot of these sisters are mad when you bring this up. They're telling you, black man, shut up. That's what they're telling you. Can you believe that? The nerve of these hoes. But that's what they're telling you. Black man, shut up. Shut your mouth. Be quiet. Really? Oh, really? Really? So that's where we're at in a lot of this. That's why they can walk around and run around like chickens without heads and talk crazy and do all kind of wild shit and expect you to still sit back and embrace it. Nah, man. When your coinage is up and you're thinking real clear, well, you're constantly developing your currency, developing your coinage. You're developing that. There's certain things you're not going to accept. Certain things you're not going to accept. And certain kind of shit you're going to call out. You're going to call out the fuckery. You're going to call it out. You're going to call that shit out and you're going to keep moving. If you're worried about pussy and you're worried, well, I can't get no good pussy here, then go where there is. All right? You change your metrics all day long. You have that ability to do that. Oh, these are only women. Really? You got fucking about 2 billion fucking black women walking this planet. You're gonna sit here and leave yourself just tied into a few of these motherfuckers here. If that's the case, you've got options all over. Get your coinage up. Do your thing. A lot of guys are changing the metrics every day. It's a 70-year-old dude. I just had my man text him over a picture of his babe. She's a fucking dime piece. All right. Well, he's got a little bit of money. Oh, he may be paying. Well, maybe a little bit. But look what he's rolling with. As opposed to some fucking fat, nasty fucking chicken and biscuit eating fucking pig up in this bitch talking out the side of a nasty, garrulous, shit stinking mouth that you shouldn't even be listening to. All right. What more can I tell you? What more can I tell you? Coinage up. 2019. Coinage.
Coinage, niggas. But we go ahead. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go ahead and shut it down, man. I want to salute everybody that super chatted. Everybody in the chat for coming through, man, showing me love. This was an excellent show, man. Black man, this out here, man, it's all about games. And if niggas coming over here fucking with C Boogie, you got Game Changer channel popping, you got Nagoon, we down with games. So 2019 is games, and that's pretty much where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to move. I'm about to upgrade. Yo, man, games. That's all I want to hear, man. That's all I want to hear. Fuck a bitch. You know. You know what I mean? Fuck a bitch. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying all women are bitches, but what I'm saying is, yo, that's how smart they are in this thing right now, man. You know, we gotta stay focused, man. We talk about women, I run a Red Pill channel. I have fun with this shit, man. But at the same time, if you break down my content, man, I classify my shit as Red Pill motivation. I made my own lane. I'm here to motivate. That's what I'm here to do. I'm not here to tell no sad stories. Woe was me. No, I'm here to motivate. Strike a little bit of fire underneath a nigga's ass. That's pretty much what I'm about, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all I know. You going through a little bit of adversity, just know nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. You'll get through it. Look at it as a challenge and not a problem. Nothing but a challenge. You'll beat it. You know, succubus tore you out the frame like the one guy I was talking about. Okay, that's another obstacle, man. It's adversity. That's supposed to make you, not break you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm about, man. Motivation.
Definitely so. And let's take a look at this gynocracy. We talk about MGTOW, we talk about going your own way, SYSBM, and all these things that are out here. You know, a lot of this stuff has risen up because of some of the real foul shit of this gynocracy that has come about. A lot, you know, we talk about this gynocracy, we are talking about a system. We see it every day. Look at all these motherfuckers look at all these females running for president. You got more females running for president now in the Democratic Party than you got men running for. Now, as far as I'm concerned, we ain't got as far as we Democratic Party, we ain't got a shot. They ain't no shot. They ain't no shot. Forget about it. You ain't winning that shit. Not with not with all these hoes trying to run president. They ain't gonna be Trump. It ain't gonna happen. All right. Sorry, but that's where you at. All right. So even these white hoes who said a man who told me I grabs them by the pussy. They voted for him more than they voted for the opposition. So that's where we're at. So even they ain't buying into all that. So that ain't happening. But these women out here, they run it. They trying to drop this gynocracy on you. MGTOW and all this that's out here has come to speak against that. When you see people going against that and trying to get you to bow down to the gynocracy, you have to look at that. You got to say, hold on a second. Why do we need to bow down to this when we see these bitches talking against us every day? Watch that close, fellas. Watch that close. Listen closely to what people are saying. Listen. Look at positions people are taking. Watch this closely out here. All right. This battle is literally for your heart and your mind. That's what this battle is about. It ain't about so much for pussy. It's a battle for your heart and your mind. And those who take your heart and your mind, those are gonna be the ones that are gonna finish you out here. So really, we talk about coinage, we talk about really self-improvement, talk about that as well. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. I'm out. See Boogie, man. Well, thanks for inviting me on this. This was a fire ass chat. We threw some nasty with the lid off the fucking cup of game. All right. Like I said, I don't make a dime off of YouTube, so I don't give. I tell you exactly how I see it, and it ain't compromised by one thin dime. I go with ideas and what's best for us, black men first, and that's how I see it. If we ain't black men first, then that means we're gonna be black men last, and you know where that's gonna lead us. So that's it. But see Boogie, game changer, man. Massive respect to you brothers, man. And to the chat, y'all are highly butterlaid. It is what it is.
Appreciate you coming through, man. Hey, you game changer. You want to take me home? What's up, bruh?
Nah, brother, stay on code. That's all I had to say.
All right, man. Y'all subscribe. Hey, what's going on, Kenneth Thomas? Hey, Kenneth Thomas, you can get these hands, bruh.
Kenneth Thomas, I'm so calling him KT, man. Yeah, they can get these hands. They can all
Kenneth
get these
Thomas
hands.
giving niggas hands.
Yeah. They can get these hands. They can get these hands, bro. They can get these hands.
Shout out to the Grandmaster Troll, Preem, everybody, man. We gonna go ahead. we gonna go ahead and end the show, man. But yo, subscribe to Game Changers channel. Good stuff, man. The Gone has a channel as well. Everybody, maybe I'll be back tomorrow, Wednesday, man. But want to salute you guys. Peace.
Peace.